Well, back at the Strip, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the finals in Nitro for the SummitRacing.com Nationals, the NHRA Full Throttle Drag Racing Series. And Tony Pedregon, they've been working on that car, Dave. Did they get it done?
They did. It was an amazing job done by that team to get that body ready, to get that car ready. They had to replace a lot of lines in that car, as well as try to figure out what happened to that race car. As I mentioned earlier, they did not figure out just by looking at the engine. Simply, they wanted to go to the computer data, but guess what? No computer data. That's how intense that fire was. So they're not necessarily sure if they've got a problem up here. But as Tony Pedregon, and that's what all of these racers do, you're going to get in and go after this Wally, and it would be an incredible win if they were able to accomplish that. Stack Guy.
This is the 23rd final round for John and Tony. That ties Brother Cruz for the most finals with John. But here's the stat, though. John leads 12-10 in prior finals with Tony, but the 10 losses are the most losses for John he has against any driver in final rounds.
That's a pretty good stat, because Tony Pedregon is definitely tough on the starting line, but boy, he's got his work cut out. A lot of work on that race car. But if you look at first round runs, I mean, Tony made a very good pass in that first round right there with John. Hopefully they'll go back to that setup.
John Forrest, who has not had success in the spring race here at Las Vegas. It'd be his first win if he can get it done.
Yeah, he hasn't been too great here at the spring race here in Las Vegas. He has no wins here, a losing round record, which doesn't happen very often to him at racetracks, 7 and 8 there. But he has a very good race car right now. He is basically the odds-on favorite coming into this final round because he has been so consistent. He's been dominating this season. Mike Neff seems to be getting a handle on the tricky racetracks based on what we've seen here. Now, Tony Pedregon, the fact that they didn't have any computer data, they couldn't really tell what happened by looking at the parts. If all the systems work, if you take a look at the wins by lane, right lane of choice 11-3, so that's another mountain that Tony's got to run. But back to my point, you know, if all the systems work, they can go back and look at the best run, which would probably be the first round run, put everything up pretty close to that, and then they could give John a race. If there was a problem in the systems that caused that fire in the previous round, they're basically going to be toast.
Remember, it's legal to bet on racing here in Nevada. 12-1 are the odds for Tony Pedregon. John Force has done it again. Tony Pedregon lights those rears, smokes the tires, and John Force sails on to another victory, his first at the spring race here at the Strip at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
His first for the spring race, but his 129th career race. I mean, John Force, like I said, a surprise this season. Felt he was going to turn this thing around, moving Mike Neff over there, but man, I can't believe how dominating it's been. If you take a look at Tony, had trouble early smoking the tires. John Force did not, and now that basically Austin Coyle and Mike Neff have a handle on these hot racetracks, watch out.
Hey, how about Austin Coyle, Dave Reef?
Well, one of the co-crew chiefs on this, along with Bernie Federle and, of course, Mike Neff. You talked about the young pup coming in, bringing life to this team, but did the old veteran come out today and calm this kid down and get this race car down the track to a win?
Actually, I'm mighty proud of Mike Neff. When we were all pretty sure we didn't know what to do, he had a plan and it worked. And you know, and I gotta say that hats off to Mike. We couldn't have done it without him.
I feel like old times now. John has 3 wins already in this season.
You bet. This is how I remember it being. I'm just going to blank out everything from 207 on because it really wasn't too good.
Welcome back to the top.
Thank you.
Well, the funny car points now. John Force still well out in front, followed by Hagan. Ashley Forrest Hood moves up a position. So does Tony Pedregon. Del Worsham jumps up 2. So those are the points. Funny car at the conclusion of this event. So John Force gets the victory. 4th win in 6 races.
Hang out right here for a minute.
Now Top Fuel finals.
Go on down. down, guys.
If you can, they're burning out. We're good.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
I want to ask you, what do you think? When you come to a track where one of the rare places where you had a losing record in the spring race, to walk out of here with a win, what's that mean, John?
Well, my old Ford Mustang, she don't know how to hunt in the heat. And God bless her, you know, we had our backs up against the wall in qualifying. It just wouldn't go down the racetrack. And you know, you got to say Pedregon. No, he's struggling over there with budget, but he fought. He got her all the way to the finals. He done well, but I'm really excited because when your back's up against the wall, you know, you got to do something. I made a lot of change this year, but the good Lord gave me my strength back. It isn't about winning a championship. It's about just getting a chance to go play the game, and I'm getting that. But Mike Neff, I'm going to give this trophy to Mike Neff because he teamed up with Austin, Cole, and Bernie, and that whole bunch of kids when our backs were against the wall, and they pulled it off. So God bless you. Ford, Castrol, Brand Source, Mac Tool, everybody. I just want to thank you for making all this possible. And God bless America. Hey.
Oh, you got to love John Force.